NXT Revenge is over, and week 2 was a banger. Let's review it. Let's get into it. The show kicked off with an NXT North American Championship match between the champion Miles Bourne and the challenger Dion Lennox. This was a phenomenal match. A clean win for Miles Bourne even when Dark State was trying to get involved. Dion wasn't able to get the job done, resulting in a match next week between Saquon Sugars and Miles Bourne for the North American Championship. And I'm really liking this Dark State storyline with the tensions in the group, not being able to get the job done, and Dion Lennox being selfish. And I'm very excited to see where this goes, and I think this was definitely the right decision, and Miles Bourne's championship reign so far has been great. Next, we had a match between Joe Hendry and Keanu Carver. This was a short feud, just 1 week, but it did what it needed to do. Keanu Carver got the win by knockout. The ref had to actually stop the match because he was just laying in these brutal punches to Joe Hendry. This was the right decision. Keanu's getting pushed to the moon, and Joe Hendry is getting called up anyway. So putting someone over on the way out, but also protecting him by not having him take a pin was a great decision. And definitely the right one, the right decision. Then we had a video package about this girl named Lizzie Rain, who is this new female NXT talent who will be making her NXT debut next week. I don't know if she was involved or WWE ID or LFG or what, but I'm excited to see her debut. She seemingly has this like 80s rock star type gimmick, which is interesting. I don't know if that's exactly going to work, but I'm definitely willing to see and give it a chance. Next, we had a match for the vacated WWE Speed Championship between EK Prosper, formerly known as Eli Knight, going up against Lexus King, who ended up getting the win. I think this was the right decision. EK Prosper doesn't really need it. And the leader of a major faction on NXT like this should probably have a title, even if it's not a very valuable one. Next, we had a casket match between Blake Monroe and Tatum Paxley for the NXT Women's North American Championship. And this match delivered. It was brutal. Tatum Paxley got put through her dollhouse. There was Blake Monroe bringing out the diamonds like they were thumbtacks. Lots of brutality in this match, not as much as the main event match, which we'll talk about in just a minute, but nonetheless, a great match, great in-ring storytelling, and I'm glad that this feud is over because it's run its course. No need to stretch this out. It was the perfect length. Just end the feud. And it was a great match to end on. There were some crazy spots like this Spanish fly off the casket, which was fucking awesome. And Tatum Paxley ended up retaining. And this was definitely the right decision. Oh boy, oh girl maybe, because it's two women. I'm so funny! Let's talk about the main event. In a last woman standing match between Ruca and Zaria. This was incredible. What a blow off to this feud. There were so many awesome spots. Zaria was whipping Ruca with a cord, and then she was like had it in her mouth and was like choking her with it, like you see in the picture. There was fighting in the crowd. There was kendo sticks being used. Zaria got speared through the wall, and it was nasty. And I like seeing not just Ruca doing all the crazy spots in this match, but Zaria also taking some, because we know that Ruca do crazy shit. She's like the female Javon Evans. But it was nice seeing Zaria take a crazy move. There was an F5 off the barricade through the table, which was nasty. I mean, this was just an absolute car crash of a match. This was the best last woman standing match I've personally ever seen. And then, I mean, just look at this photo. Look at it. What a shot. I mean, They were standing up on top of this podium thing, and they hugged, and it looked like they were going to make up, but I don't think anybody was falling for that. Although I did for a second because it lasted quite a while. And obviously Zaria ended up pushing off Ruca from like 10 feet up. I mean, this was just a batshit insane bump from Ruca. Like, round of applause for both of these ladies taking these crazy bumps, but especially Ruca. And obviously she was supposed to land on both of the tables, but she only landed on one. The other one didn't break. And it looked like she might have hit her head. I'm not exactly sure. I really hope she's okay, though. But this was an incredible match with an incredible ending. Great storytelling. In-ring storytelling. And I loved every last bit of this match. And I love that Zaria won the feud. Maybe this continues, but never mind. I don't think it'll continue because it looks like Ruca is getting called up to Raw. I like Ruca putting Zaria over on her way out of NXT. And I've been saying this since the beginning of the feud. I think Zaria should win this feud. And I'm so glad she did. Because now she is a super ultra mega heel. At least I think so. But she needs to go straight into a title picture right after this. Because it is deserved, and she has so much momentum after an insane, crazy match like that. But, yeah, let me know what you thought of this week of NXT Revenge. I can't wait to see what Ruca does on the main roster. But thank you all so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, and